Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Mental Cocktail. If you can tell by my shirt, fall is here. In Houston today, it's going to be a frigid 75, so we thought, why not have you guys come along and we will make a soup together. So this one, of course, is affordable and really easy to make, and it is red chili. So stick around and you can get all cozy with a little hot chocolate and some soup. Now the beauty of this soup is that it's extremely versatile. You can make it what you want it and use the ingredients that you have around. The main ingredients that you're gonna need is crushed tomato. I usually use a large can, 28 ounce, and a little can of tomato paste. And then you'll need to add beans. We're gonna be adding 3 different types of beans today: kidney, black, and pinto. But I think traditionally it's just pinto beans. So we do 3 cans of beans. You can use all pinto or a little medley like we're going to do. Now we can customize it. If you want it to be vegetarian and extremely cheap, just use the beans and the can of crushed tomatoes. I would suggest adding 1 more can of beans for more protein. You can also do beef, but today we're going to be doing ground turkey since it's only $1.80 for the pound, and I like a little bit more meatiness to my soup, if you know what I'm saying. The other thing that we have now are the seasonings. You can add fresh garlic or you can add this powdered garlic. We're going to be adding 1 fresh onion to our mix today, but you can also do powdered garlic. Is that what it's called? Yes, onion powder, Spanish. And the main ingredient that makes the flavor is red chili powder. Now, I like to get this kind that's in a bag, but I'm not sure if everyone can find them like that, but this is my favorite type. And basically it's chili pepper, cumin, salt, garlic, and oregano. And that's what gives it that delicious little earthy flavor. And then we will be putting cheese on top. First things first, let's put the pot on. Now, if you see, this is a beautiful cuisine art pot. Where did I get it, you may ask? Why, yes, I got it at the Goodwill. $15. So anyways, let's get cooking. Gonna heat this up and we're gonna start with the ground turkey. Put it on medium heat. And let's add a little bit of olive oil to it. The reason we need to add olive oil to turkey is because it's a very lean meat. If you were doing ground beef, you wouldn't need to add the olive oil. Oh God. Well, there's like no pretty way to do this, I swear. Yeah. And a friendly reminder, when you're handling any kind of turkey or beef, make sure that you wash your hands after. We don't want the salmonella. And let's start mixing it. Now we need to cut the onion real quick. Cooking is so beautiful. Okay. That was an angry onion. Let's give this a little mixaroo. Looking good, smells good. Why don't we add the garlic? Again, you can add fresh garlic, but we'll just add garlic powder today. A little dash. And mix it up. And we just need to keep cooking it until the turkey is brown. Looks like everything's brown now, so what we need to do is add some water and the crushed tomatoes and tomato paste. Oh my gosh. There we go. Now that we have it all mixed up, let's add the beans. Okay, we need to make sure that we rinse this all out. Now we just mix it all up. Look at that. I love it when it's 3 colors. It's prettier. And the last thing we need to add now is the chili powder. Obviously you do it to your own taste. I tend to really like the smoky flavor, so I add a lot, and usually this tends not to be very spicy either. So let's just add a nice thick layer. And usually I taste it at the end to see if I need to add more, and 9 times out of 10, I do. Let's turn it on to medium-low heat. Add the lid, and usually I like to let it simmer for about 20 minutes. It just kind of lets the flavors come out more. While we're waiting, why don't we have our mental health minute? Let's talk about the importance of being present. A lot of times we tend to live in the past or be anxious or obsessed with the future. I'm like that myself. I'm a very goal-oriented person. So being present is extremely important in your day-to-day life and how it affects your mental health. There are different ways that you can do it, different tools and techniques. One of the techniques is if you are actively having anxiety, you can practice grounding yourself. And what works for me is take your shoes off and place them on the ground. It can be ideally outside, but it's also fine if you just do it somewhere in the house or at the office. Another way that you can practice grounding is use your sense of touch. You can grab a fuzzy pillow and run your hand across it so that it reminds your brain that you are right now in the present moment. Practicing being present is a lifestyle, and it doesn't come naturally to us. I would encourage you to spend 5 minutes a day practicing grounding and being present. Make sure that you're intentional about the 5 minutes a day. It could work with your schedule. You could do it in the car on your way to work, during lunchtime, in the morning when you first wake up, or right before you go to bed. Once we learn how to become present, it will help us immensely with self-awareness, because if you are self-aware, you are aware of your emotions, your physical sensations, etc., which really helps with your emotional well-being, especially stress, anxiety, and depression. So I'd like to encourage you to take a moment to be present. Let's get back to our soup. I bet it's almost done now. Let's check. Oh, that is looking good. Let's give it a little mix. I think we're good to go. So what I'm going to do is taste a little bit of the broth and see if it has enough chili to my liking. Let's see. Of course it needs more. Okay, now we're going to mix it in, turn off the heat, and give it a test. Yummy. It looks delicious. Now let's add a little bit of garnish. Let's do some cheese. Always makes it delicious. And you guessed it, I seriously use Greek yogurt for everything. It tastes just like sour cream. You should try it. Beautiful. And now we're gonna take a photo for that Instagram live. Let's taste. Oh, it looks so yummy. smoky with an undertone of meatiness. Just like I like it. See you next time. Bye. Hello and welcome. I believe I could fly. In Houston, it's gonna be a delicious free, just okay. Next. Wiping out my sweaty, desperate finger marks. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay.